The tropical storm will make landfall in Mexico, and as we've seen, it's having a big impact on the Texas coast. Dave Malkoff has a closer look.
The storm is hours away from landfall in Mexico, but the effects are already being felt. In Surfside, south of Houston, rain totals have already topped nearly 4 inches. Search and rescue teams were out on the water raft looking to rescue people, and they found 2 women stranded in a car, the water nearly up to their tires. They both got out. Some residents were forced to evacuate.
Oh, the whole trash can got moved.
Overnight, water started gushing from the ocean onto the roads, and the forecast calls for even more storm surge. This is an abandoned vehicle. You can see the water sweeping almost all the way to the top. In Galveston, several Juneteenth events were rescheduled due to flooded streets. In Jamaica Beach, flooding closed most streets to traffic. In Corpus Christi, our crew drove closer to the marina. You could see the water almost spilling onto the streets. But the rain did not stop essential worker Tony Juarez from delivering porta potties in the tropical storm band. What's it like in the middle of all this?
It's rain and rain, you know. It's not fun, but we're out here doing it.
And we are certainly thinking about everybody in the path of that storm over the next few hours.
Absolutely. You know, and it really looks like Corpus Christi, as far as the entire Texas coast, got the most rain, even more than Houston, Galveston area.
Wow.
So we're looking at more rain overnight as this system moves in. But here's the thing, Henry, Easties, we're looking at another storm before we get to July 1st. There is an eerily similar area of formation expected very soon, and we could soon have Tropical Storm Beryl, our second named storm, in the same area. I had a one-on-one interview earlier this afternoon with the director of the National Hurricane Center in Miami. That's Dr. Michael Brennan. Here's what he had to say about it.
Yeah, you know, we've had this sort of large-scale circulation over Central America for the last, week plus, and that's what helped spawn Alberto as a piece of energy coming out of the Pacific across the Caribbean. And then we have another sort of maybe a repeat performance in some sense with another area of low pressure expected to develop in the southern Gulf as we get into later in the weekend and next week. So we could have another attempt at a tropical depression or tropical storm trying to form, which could bring some impacts to Mexico again and maybe portions of South Texas. So we'll keep an eye on that. But we'll get through Alberto's impacts here in the next day or two, and then we'll turn our attention to what might form later next week.
Thank you, Dr. Brennan. Yeah, we've got about a day and a half left, of what we're going to see with Alberto. But this is the area that we're talking about now, up to a probability of 40% in developing into Tropical Storm Beryl. And again, it would probably be in the next 5 to 7 days. In the next 2 days, no chance of formation. All right, here in San Antonio tonight, winds have gone calm. We're going to see breezy conditions again tomorrow, 73 on the thermometer. A light rain continues with a north-northeast wind at only 14 miles per hour. We've seen gusts as high as 20 and 25 today. Today's high, a nice rain-cooled 82. 10 to 11 degrees below seasonal average. Only one 90-degree reading on the map. Del Rio made it up to 96. The closest was 86 at Uvalde and Carrizo Springs. But most of the day, these were hit early. Most of the day we stayed in the 70s. And it was breezy, as it will be again tomorrow. Gusts are expected to go 20 plus. And that's not just for Thursday. It'll be breezy on Friday as well. 15 to 20 mile per hour winds will be out of the east. Rainfall tonight thinning out in the city. We're going to continue to see a light drizzle fall through most of the overnight. Do not expect anything to dry up. We're definitely going to have a wet commute Thursday morning, so please allow some extra time. Farther south, this is going to be the focal point area of the heaviest rain. You can see right down I-35, some of those storms are a little bit heavier. And again, nothing severe on this. Now, there is a flood watch to the south. There's even a tornado watch for our counties to the south because we've seen small little funnel clouds, nothing confirmed, but just a little bit of rotation in some of these cells. Nothing out there right now. Down I-37, you see the storms are a little bit heavier just south of Three Rivers. This is all, of course, coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. East to west will continue through the overnight. Now, rainfall totals have been most impressive down across Corpus Christi, Port Aransas, 5 to 6 inches of rain, nearly 3 at Goliad, 1.5 inches south of Floresville, half an inch South Bexar County, about the same, a little more than a quarter of an inch near the airport. And as we look into the Gulf waters, notice how things are really thinning out. So as we get into Thursday, it's probably going to take some daytime heating. Even though this storm is making landfall tomorrow, early in the morning, we're going to expect to see more rain develop and move to the north because pieces of energy will come off this storm and go farther north, even though it's making this landfall so far south. And we're estimating it at about 3 in the morning. And then it's just going to move into the mountain ranges of Mexico. But again, a lot of energy will come to the north, and so we'll see more showers develop, especially in heating. All right, so 7 a.m. tomorrow, there could be a few light showers in the area. We're not expecting enough wind to really dry us out completely, so watch for slippery roads tomorrow morning. But don't look for the heavy rain to start up until the afternoon. 2 to 3 o'clock, good heating and pretty good coverage again on scattered thunderstorms. We won't see the big line and mass area of rain like we did today. And then on Friday, it's going to take daytime heating after a dry morning, and we see radar fill in for about a 30% chance as we wrap up the work week. So the 7-day forecast, remember tomorrow, first day of summer, 60% chance of rain, 87, then down to a 30% chance Friday, 90. And then we're going into the lower 90s over the weekend. No chance of rain on a sunny Saturday. Slight chance returns Sunday, Monday. I'm